Doesn't it seem like successful people know something that you don't? Have you ever noticed leaders look at life differently than the average person? What is the secret to success? Now, I'm not talking about just making a lot of money. Making money is important, but I'm talking about true success, real happiness. What is the secret to success? What do these leaders know that you don't? You may already be comfortable in your life. Maybe you're not looking to achieve more. If you have everything figured out and you're as successful as you'd like to be, now would be a great time to stop listening. If you're the type of person that knows you deserve more in life, stick around for a few minutes. I'd like to share what brought me to write the book, How to Be Successful, Think Like a Leader. By the time I was 27 years old, I owned various companies in several industries, including medical, fashion, pharmaceuticals, manufacturing, and distribution. I had become successful at a young age, and life was great. Everything changed when I started having daily grand mal seizures. In 2010, I was diagnosed with brain cancer. Oncologists gave me only 60 to 90 days to live. I lost absolutely everything as I became unable to drive, live alone, or remember small details such as if I had eaten or gotten an insulin shot. Everything I had researched, the businesses I had built, and even my memory were gone. My family took me to Tijuana, Mexico to pursue alternative treatments. Uncertain of whether I'd survive or not, I was inspired to make a difference in as many lives as possible. I began contacting leaders I admired and asking questions. How to Be Successful, Think Like a Leader is a compilation of true stories and conversations that can help you in your journey to success. Let me share a few highlights. In Chapter 2, a self-made millionaire shares how he went from being homeless to owning a Ferrari. In Chapter 5, you'll learn how to stop taking ownership of misfortune and create success with the resources you already have. In Chapter 6, U.S. Navy SEAL Team sniper Jeff Wobig shares his morning routine and the steps that he takes to absolutely maximize every single day. In Chapter 9, my mom, Connie Wyatt, shared a story that really spoke to me. She was out playing volleyball when she dove and skinned her knee. She received criticism saying, "Connie, why do you always play so hard? You play like your life depends on it, like this is the last game you're ever going to play." She said, "I thought about it for about 2 seconds and replied, because it just might be." Be in it to win it in everything you do. In Chapter 10, I share the truth about what it really takes to become an overnight success. In Chapter 12, when I asked about a weakness or personal character flaw, Paul Watson said, "I'm a believer that no one will allow themselves to lose forever. You can look at somebody when they go through a divorce. When somebody leaves a marriage, many times they're saying, 'I'm not going to put up with losing all the time.' They feel like they're always losing in the relationship. The other person walks on them and mistreats them. So I've come to find this out. Being competitive is terrific as long as everybody wins. But when you win at the expense of other people, that's no longer a good trait. But it's a character flaw. It's a weakness. So I'm working on that loyalty piece. How do we all win? How are we all for each other?" In Chapter 14, Eric Payne shares some insights about truly being yourself and living in your strengths. Eric hosts the annual Attempt to Burn the House Down party, and it is an absolute blast. I think you'll love this chapter. In Chapter 16, Kwan Mayo shares how he went from spending time in prison to launching multiple successful companies and writing over a dozen books. He says, "My definition of success is never giving up. I say that because if you're willing to grind it out until you make it out, then success is inevitable. Never tell yourself you can't do it." Does this sound like you? Your job stinks. You're constantly disrespected by your friends and significant other. It doesn't have to be that way. Learn to teach people how to treat you better in Chapter 18. Nathan Schulhoff has worked with and consulted for Apple computers since 1980. He's known as the father of the MP3 player. If you own a portable media player or a smartphone, chances are you own a product that uses the technology that was invented by Nathan Schulhoff. In Chapter 22, Mr. Schulhoff shares a unique perspective on becoming a comfortable minimalist after making a fortune at a young age. Develop winning habits and set yourself up for success in Chapter 26. There is so much more I'd like to share, but there just isn't time. Get a copy of How to Be Successful, Think Like a Leader by clicking the link either above or below this video.